Hello, Journey Junkie Tribe, and hello, yogis. Welcome back to another class in the Zen Den. And welcome to your Back to Yoga Basics Beginner Hatha Flow. That is a mouthful. Before I describe and explain who this class is for, please make sure you join our online tribe by clicking the link in the description below. So who is this class for? It's for anyone who is new to the yoga practice and would like to build up to a more vinyasa power flow style class. It's also for anyone who enjoys Hatha yoga, which is basically yoga without the vinyasas in between. It's a very incredible practice that I truly enjoy, and I hope you do too. It's also for anyone who wants a refresh with the postures. We'll be moving a lot slower, and I'll be giving a lot of cues to help you understand and fine-tune the posture. And it can also be for anyone who just enjoys more gentler, softer, not flowy, sweated out type classes. For this specific class, we'll be doing a lot of work on our knees. If you are someone who has sensitive knees and you want to prevent any discomfort or pain, please blanket up, towel up, do what you need to do to protect your only knees. With that said, please unroll your yoga mat and let's get started. All right, yogis, we are going to start in child's pose. Child's pose is a wonderful posture to ground and become present. It's also a resting posture, a safe space for you to come back to if you were ever just all over the place and you need a moment to reconnect. So if you're on the blanket, awesome. Take the knees as wide as comfortable for you. Bring big toes together at the back of the mat. Once you have that position, walk the hands forward. Really stretch through the fingertips. Feel your side body lengthening and slowly soften the forehead down to the mat. Send the hips back and relax. If you are new to yoga, we inhale and exhale through the nose to create focus, presence, and also to build heat. So start to invite that yogic breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. You want to think expansive, deep, all-encompassing, rejuvenating type breaths. On this next inhale, walk your hands in about halfway. Push into this left hand and slide the right hand through and over to the left. So you're coming down onto the right shoulder, and then the right head, the right side of your head, is softening down. You can extend the left arm out in front of you. Relax. This is child's pose. Thread the needle. Slide the left arm back in, push into the palm, unwind the body, and move straight to the other side. So right hand plants, left hand sweeps through, left ear comes down towards the mat, the right arm extends out and forward, and then relax. Slide that right arm back in, push into the earth, lift the chest. Coming into neutral tabletop, which is something you'll hear a lot in the yoga practice. We bring the hands shoulder width distance. We bring the knees hip width distance. Make sure you peer back at your body. A lot of us have a misconception about how wide our hips are. So make sure you're not feeding into the misconception. Fingertips spread super wide on the mat. And then we want to make sure the shoulders are directly over the wrists. Once we're here, this is a working active posture. We're not just like lounging and sinking. We're pushing the earth away. We're extending from shoulder to shoulder, so really broadening through the upper back. We're broadening from hip point to hip point, hugging the belly in and also hugging the sides of the body in. And then gazing forward, nice long neutral neck. I want you to hold this for 3 breaths and feel really active and integrated here. You'll notice I exhale a lot out of my mouth. It really helps me stay present and release tension. Feel free to do that on your mat at any time. Moving into cat-cow. This is also a really common sequence in many yoga classes. So on the inhale breath, you drop the belly towards the ground. You lift the spine up as you hug the heart through and roll the shoulders back. Gently lift the gaze. As you exhale, push the ground away, round the back, hug the belly up, and then you drop tailbone and head and neck. This is cat, so think angry Halloween cat. And then we inhale to cow. Drop belly, lift tailbone, lift heart. Exhale, reverse, push the ground away, round the back, belly up and in, relax head. Really make space. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. It's nice to come up on the fingertips in cat pose and push the ground further away and round the back even more. And then inhale back into cow pose. We'll do one more round. Exhale back, cat. Inhale, neutral tabletop. We're going to work into chaturanga or tabletop push-ups to one day work up to a full chaturanga dandasana pose. So I like to bring my knees together at the back of the mat, and you look at me first before we go. So on an inhale, you let the shoulders glide past the wrists. On an exhale, you bend the elbows and send them back towards the back of the mat. They hug in towards the body. You pull the heart through, you strengthen up the core, and you come back up. There's a lot going on. So the traditional chaturanga is that we come all the way to a 90-degree angle. If this is too much and you're sinking, come out of it and don't come as far down to the earth, okay? This is about building strength and stability, not about the end shape. So we'll do 3 together and then make our way all the way down to the belly. So here we go. Inhale, let the shoulders pass the wrists, firm up the belly. Exhale, bend at the elbows, hug them in. Come back up. There we go. So shoulders past wrists, lower down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up. Last time, we're going to come all the way to the belly. Try to lower for 5. Alrighty. Inhale, exhale for 5, 4. Hug the elbows in. 3, 2, and 1. Slide the forearms in front of the body for Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, you want the elbows directly under the shoulders, the wrists in line with the elbows. Fingertips are rooting down. And then as we root them down into the earth, we push the arms into the earth too. We lift the chest. We activate the legs. Feel the kneecaps lift. And then pull the heart through nice and gently. 3 breaths here. Exhale, lower down to the earth, cross left hand over right hand, and soften the forehead down on top of the hands. This is crocodile pose. It's a beautiful restorative back bend. This is a wonderful posture if you suffer from lower back pain, or you might just have a tight low back one day. Come into crocodile pose. On an inhale, lift the gaze, slide the hands back by the lower ribs, push into the earth, take the knees wide, send the hips back, extend the arms forward, child's pose, balasana. Inhale, come back up to neutral tabletop, and we're working into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. If you were one of my regular yogis, get your butt in there, go right ahead. If you're not one of my regular yogis, take the fingertips and spread them nice and wide. Curl the toes under, okay? On an inhale, I want you to push the ground away as you send the hips back and high. So here we go, push the ground away. Send the hips back and high. Notice how my knees are really bent. This is really what I recommend for anyone that does not have open hamstrings, which is basically all of us. As you push the ground away, firm up your arms, roll your upper arms to the outer edge of the mat to create space for the neck and the shoulders. Relax the head and neck. Do your best to send the chest to the tops of the thighs here. As you continue extending the hip points and the sits bones, so your butt, up towards the sky. We'll hold for 3 more breaths. I promise this pose becomes a lot easier with practice and with time. Inhale to gaze forward, come up onto tippy toes, and walk your way to the top of the mat. Once you get there, knees or feet hip width distance, and just forward fold. Allow the chest to soften down. Relax the head and neck. You can cup both elbows. You can also interlace the hands and bring them to the back of the head for a nice cervical spine lengthening. One more breath. Release the hands if you had them. Heel toe the feet together. Bend the knees generously. Hug the belly in. Drop the head and neck. And take a whole exhale and an inhale to rise up. So slowly make your way up. Head and neck come absolutely last. Roll the body. Stack the vertebra. Recruit your core here to help you. Once you stand all the way up, roll the shoulders onto your back. Nice tall stance. Step to the top of your mat. Coming into mountain pose. So this is a very foundational posture in the yoga practice. So big toes together, heels are splaying out. You want to push down into the earth, activate your legs, and draw the energy up through your legs as you hug hip points up, roll shoulders back, and then hands rest down by your side. Nice proud chest, active body. Feel free to close the eyes. Mountain pose is a beautiful time to set an intention or maybe say a prayer. So we have 3 breaths here. Open the eyes if they're closed. On an inhale, sweep the arms out in front of you. Reach them overhead, palms come to touch. This is Urdhva Hastasana. Grow tall through the both sides of the body here. And then bend the knees. Exhale to forward fold. Back down to the earth, Uttanasana. On an inhale, come into flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. So bring the hands to the shins. Push the shins away. You want to feel your triceps engage. Nice flat back here. The tailbone is going back. Think like a mini back bend. You're pulling the heart through. Another inhale. Exhale to fold, and at the same time, step the left foot to the back of your mat and soften the knee down to the earth for low lunge. So you want to be forward of the kneecap here. The right knee is stacking over the right ankle, and inhale to lift up high into Anjaneyasana. So in this pose, this is the only pose that we allow the knee to surpass the ankle, okay? All other standing postures, we want it stacking directly over. Here in this moment though, you can let it pass. I want you to inhale to lift the arms nice and high, activate the inner thighs and hug the hip points up to engage the core and avoid compressing into the lower back region. We'll hold for 3. Exhale, bring the hands to frame the front foot as you extend the hips back and straighten the front leg. You might need to shimmy the front leg forward. You're on the heel of the right foot and the toes are curling back towards the face. Nice active extended leg. Your hands can be on a block here or fingertips on the earth. I want you to inhale and lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale and fold. Just 2 breaths, drop in, enjoy them. Inhale to lift the gaze, bend back into the front knee. Listen carefully, we're coming into a warrior 2 on the knee. So this back leg is going to swing to the right side of the mat and then windmill the arms open to the left side of the mat and out to a T. So we're in a warrior 2, but down on the earth, okay? Really great posture. You're gonna see it a lot in the yoga practice. Here in this pose, knee is stacking over ankle and we're tractioning the knee towards the pinky edge toe to find a really nice opening through the inner thigh and groin area. Fingertips reach straight out. Check in with your back arm. Make sure it's not all over the place. It really likes to be. Hug the arm muscles to the bone to activate. Roll the shoulders onto the back and open through the chest. And the core is working. The core is always working in the yoga practice. Your gaze is out over your right fingertips. Softly breathing, staying present and strong. 3 breaths. Listen carefully. Release the left hand to the back of the left thigh here. Flip the right palm over. Reach forward just a bit and then extend back for reverse warrior. You're reaching for the sky or where your ceiling and your wall meet. Finding a really nice stretch all through the right side body here. Continuing to push the right heel into the earth to make more length. One more inhale. Exhale, come back up, bring hands to thighs and straighten the right leg out and then turn the toes towards the left side of your mat. You might need to adjust your stance a bit. We're coming into gate pose. So the right hand is going to slide down the right leg as we inhale the left arm overhead and also to the right. Beautiful side stretch for the left body. 2 breaths. Inhale to lift up, bring hands to hips, Slide this right foot in and meet me in tabletop. So however you want to get there. Take a moment. You can take a few cat-cows. You can also wag your tail, which is just sending your hips from side to side. Finding a little bit of movement and releasing any tension. Alrighty, other side. Okay, let's do some more chaturanga push-ups, building some strength. So knees can be however you want. They can be together or hip width distance. On an inhale, shoulders past wrists. Exhale, 90-degree angle or right above it, hugging elbows in, core hugging in. Bring it back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last time, this time we lower for 5. So inhale to let shoulders pass. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're coming into cobra pose. So if you're on a blanket and it's too much, you can just slide forward. Cobra pose, also known as Bhujangasana, the hands are by the low ribs. So you want to curl the shoulders back onto the back and magnetize the elbows towards one another. Start to activate the legs, and on an inhale, you push into your hands. Lift the chest just slightly. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This is working the backside muscles. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale just to release the hands. You're going to drop back down. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Crocodile on this side. So try to do the opposite hand that you did before and relax the forehead down to the earth. Inhale to lift the head, slide the hands back by the low ribs, activate the belly, push into your hands, send it back, child's pose. Knees go wider, hips go back, chest melts down. Anytime we transition into child's pose, really take advantage of this moment, of this sacred space, this reconnection point. So allow yourself to immediately drop in when this pose is in a sequence. Alrighty, inhale back to tabletop pose. Coming into downward facing dog again. So if you're ready, go straight back. Otherwise, set it up correctly. Hands shoulder width distance, fingertips spreading far apart. The wrist creases are directly in line with the front of your mat, yeah? Curl the back toes under, engage the belly before you even push off. Push the earth away, pike the hips, keep the knees nice and bent, and find your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. If you were 100% new, really focus on the arms. So activating the arms, hugging the forearms in as you roll the upper arms out. It's quite the conundrum. Relaxing the head and neck. And of course, breathing. Inhale to gaze forward, come up onto tippy toes, and walk your way to the top of the mat. Once you get there, find that forward fold. So completely let go and ragdoll hang. You can cup elbows, bring your hands to the back of the neck, but you have 3 breaths here. Start to heel toe the feet together. Bend the knees generously, hug belly in, head and neck hangs super heavy.
And we roll up on an inhale. This is what I call the yoga zombie. You might hear other teachers say that, but it's something I love to refer to. Stacking each vertebra, rolling the shoulders, and you get to the top. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Take 3 breaths here. Tell yourself something really special about you. It can be, thank you for stepping on the mat today. Or, I love you. Or, I am grateful that you're moving your body. So tell yourself something nice. 3 breaths. Alrighty, open those eyes. If you're not at the top of your mat, make your way there. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Reach through the fingertips. Urdhva Hastasana. We're making a lot of space on both sides of the body. You should be feeling that length. And then exhale to bend the knees and forward fold in a controlled motion. Inhale to lift up halfway. Hands to shins. Activate the arms. Pull the heart through. Send the butt back. One more inhale. Exhale to fold down. As you send the right foot all the way to the back of the mat, soften the knee down. Forward of the kneecap, remember that? And then inhale up for Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So again, firing up the inner thighs towards one another, hugging the hip points up to activate the core. And then reaching through the fingertips, really pulling the heart up. 3 big expansive breaths. Exhale the hands down to frame the front foot as you send the hips back and extend the front leg. This is Ardha Hanumanasana. It's eventually a prep posture for full splits. I know that seems far away for many of us. Nice active left leg, toes curling back towards the face. We're working to square the hips. Big inhale. Exhale and fold. This is a really intense hamstring stretch, so please practice with love. No need to push your limits. Inhale to lift the gaze, slide the foot back in. We're coming into warrior 2. So knee stacks over ankle. We pivot the back right foot and bring it over to the left side of our mat, okay? On an inhale, push into the heel, rise up, windmill the arms open to a T, okay? Nice strong leg, it's tractioning towards the pinky edge toe. Fingertips are in alignment. We're energizing all the way through each one, rolling shoulders down onto the back, and then gazing softly over the left fingertips. 3 breaths. I want you to feel like a warrior. Exhale, relax the right hand down towards the thigh, flip the front palm, reach forward a bit, and then back for peaceful or reverse warrior. Again, this is not a back bend, this is a side stretch. So we want to push the ground away and reach for where the ceiling and the wall meet, that crease. Feeling a beautiful opening along the left side body. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the hips. Straighten out the left leg and then turn the left toes to the right side of the mat. So you're completely squared up now. It should be knee to arch of the left foot alignment. Slide the left hand down the left leg as you inhale the right arm overhead towards the left toes. This is gate posture. It is a beautiful pose. Breathe here. Inhale, come all the way up. Slide the foot in. And we're making our way onto our back. So if you are a frequent yogi and you practice a lot, feel free to throw in a vinyasa right here and meet us on our backs. And if you had the blanket, please move it off to the side. We're coming into bridge pose, set to Bandhasana. This is a wonderful heart opener, back bend, as well as leg strengthener. So feet are hip width distance, heels in towards the glutes as much as possible, hands down by your sides. Push the shoulders into the earth. Hug the low belly in. On an inhale, we're pushing into our heels to lift our hips high. So here we go. Inhale, lift the hips. The shoulders are going to roll under. Continue rooting down through all four corners of the feet, hugging the inner thighs together. We hold for 2 more breaths. And lower all the way down. Allow your feet to your knees to windshield wipe from side to side. And the windshield wiping just allows any tension that built in the lower back to release. Come back to neutral. Take this left leg and cross the ankle over the right knee. You can stay right here. This is a modified, soft version of figure 4. If you want more of a stretch into the left hip, use your core muscles to bring the legs in towards the chest. You could hold here and make this more about the core, or interlace the hands. You bring this left hand through the hole that you created and clasp the hands behind the right thigh, bringing the leg package closer in towards the chest. Both feet are flexed, and you're going to feel it immediately. I don't care how flexible you are. Figure 4 is always a really great stretch for the hip. And one more breath. Slowly let that go. And switch to the other side. So left foot plants down, right ankle crosses over. You can stay right here for this modified soft version, or hug the knees in using the core. This is a really great place to stay. If you're just using the core, really send the right knee towards the front of the mat. Otherwise, interlace the hands. They come behind the left thigh. Use the strength of your arms to pull the leg package closer. And begin to release that side. Bringing both feet down to the earth. Bring the toes together. Lift the hips up gently and sway them over to the right as you come down onto your left hip, and then soften the knees down to the left side of the mat for a supine twist. From here, the right arm extends straight out to the side. You're more than welcome to gaze over to the right. Or I like to keep my head neutral, so it's really what feels good for your neck. Take 2 breaths here. Use your belly strength, pull the legs back through to center. And then again, lift the hips up, sway them to the left, set them down on the ground, and let the legs fall all the way over to the right this time. The left arm extends out to the side. Gaze wherever is comfortable for your neck. And use that belly strength. Pull yourself back into neutral. And last posture, the most important, Shavasana. Extend the legs long, as wide as your yoga mat. Take up space. Make any movements you need. Hands rest down by your sides. Relax the shoulders down. close your eyes, take a big inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, release it. One more time, big inhale. And now your only job is to relax, soften, surrender, release thoughts, and just allow your body, mind, and soul to integrate here. Take rest, yogis. Shavasana. Without making any movements, invite deeper breaths into the body. Fill your belly, feel your rib cage expand, and the breath travel all throughout your body, waking you back up. Begin to wiggle fingertips and toes. When you're ready, circle your ankles and wrists. And then on your next inhale, extend the arms overhead as you reach the feet long. Exhale to bend the knees. Come onto your favorite side for fetal pose. The bottom arm acts as a pillow. Take a moment here to thank yourself for stepping on the mat and starting your yoga journey. Push into the palm that's on the earth. Lift yourself up. Find a seated posture. And we will end with Om, which is the universal vibration to seal our yoga practice. If you're new to yoga, you can just listen to me. Hands at heart center, thumbs connect into the sternum. We take an inhale and then we Om. Here we go. Big inhale. Open your eyes, release your hands. Whew! So for those of you that practice regularly with me, thank you for coming back to the basics. For those of you who are new to the practice, thank you so much for inviting me into your home, for allowing me to teach you this sacred, ancient, transformative practice that really does work on our body, mind, and soul. I will meet you back here in the Zendan, and we will move further into this beginner yoga journey together. Yoga back to basics. Remember, if you want to join our online tribe, click that link in the description below. Namaste, yogis.